Hello, I'm Eric Singer. This is Argonne's Public Affairs Science and Technology PAST Fusion Cell Flash Briefing. I'm unveiling something brand new for you, using a medical strategy for crisis information management. Triage means, quote, the assignment of degrees of urgency to wounds or illnesses to decide the order of treatment of a large number of patients or casualties. Mark Basnight, co-director of the PAST Public Affairs Science and Technology Fusion Cell at Argonne National Laboratory, thought, why not use that same strategy in crisis and emergency information management? Here's how he came up with the idea.
I've often thought about the amount or the quantity of information that public information officers or other communication professionals are responsible for delivering during a crisis or an emergency. And I began to strategize on how that information would be communicated and how fast it could be communicated. So I started thinking about my experience as a former public information officer with the fire department and with emergency management. So I started pondering and contemplating about the triage system we used for medical emergencies. And I saw that there was a lot of similarities in how we could use a triage system for communication. And this is where I came up with the idea of the levels of communication triage.
Mark, you have 4 levels of communication triage, each color-coded. Describe them.
The first level is the red level, which is people need immediate communication. They need information right now, especially if we're communicating life and safety information. Then there's the yellow category, which is urgent. These are the people who need information quickly. They may have been indirectly impacted. However, it's a matter of their personal safety or staying out of harm's way versus their life is in imminent danger. Then there is the green level. The green level is less urgent. This audience has a need to know, but again, it's not immediate. Their lives are not in imminent danger, nor is their personal safety currently at risk. And then finally, the fourth category is the black level. We refer to this audience as inquiring minds, people who want information. However, for all practical purposes, they're not affected by the incident. It's not a real priority that we get information to this audience right now.
The levels are a sort of step-by-step roadmap for communication professionals.
This strategy was created to assist with communicating the right information to the right target audiences so people impacted can make the best decisions regarding their health and safety.
This isn't going to be used for every crisis situation, is it?
No, I would recommend this to be used in more convoluted or complex incidents, such as an active shooter or a large wildfire incident. Maybe it's an intelligent adversary incident involving a dirty bomb where people who have been directly impacted in the hot zone need to take immediate life and safety protective actions. Maybe it's a tornado event where you need people to take cover immediately. You are targeting your efforts and the people who are going to be impacted first in a systematic approach. Again, this approach can be utilized when you need to get information out quickly and to a specific target audience.
Mark, do you see your levels of communication triage system replacing or overshadowing current emergency management strategies?
I believe this is another tool and strategy for the public information officer and communication professionals to use in their toolbox. I don't want to say it will overshadow or take the place of another tool. However, I would not be surprised if it became common practice. In some ways, communication professionals are already using a similar strategy. However, they just haven't put a name to it or organized it into a systematic approach.
Final thoughts?
This systematic approach to communication triage could be a very valuable tool for public information officers during that golden hour of communication when it's really important to consider who needs to be alerted, who needs to be informed, and who needs to be reassured right now. In other words, who needs AIR, the acronym AIR, alert, inform, and reassured the most right now. The communication triage strategy can help you do that. We at the National Public Affairs Academy are incorporating this strategy into all of our future risk and crisis communications training, and we're looking forward to seeing how participants will put communication triage into practice.
Thanks, Mark. That was Mark Basnight, co-director of the PAST Public Affairs Science and Technology Fusion Cell at Argonne National Laboratory, talking about his creation of the Levels of Communication Triage system. If you'd like to hear previous Alexa Flash briefings that include best practices, tools, and other written stories like Mark's to help your organization, like the Argonne PAST Fusion Cell Facebook page, or connect on Twitter and Instagram at PAST Fusion Cell. You can also check out the PAST Fusion Cell's online toolkit for useful templates and information. Go to pastfusion.gss.anl.gov.